Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing. Today I'm creating on a 10 by 10 MDF board using some fallish kinds of colors. This is honey brown, moody blue, spiced pumpkin, Hauser medium green. I'll be using my brayer to do some gessoing, a few of Sean Petit stencils. This one, the number's jumble, I believe, and then I've never used this piece before. So this is actually going to be my Sunday's Art of Truth. I don't do holiday art very well, and I don't care for the fall. Just it's history, and it's just a hard time. But I'm really looking forward to creating this piece for you and for me, and just pushing through some of that discomfort and doing something a little bit different. It's going to be very simple, not complex at all, but I wanted to try with these more fallish colors and see what I can do. So I pulled some papers from my stash. These are actually from SeanPetit.com collage packs. I really was trying to go for something that didn't have a lot of writing, but I thought, well, I can just push this back with some gesso. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've got my Liquitex matte medium out here. So I'm going to get that open here and get a good brush. And I kind of want this one in the middle because I feel like it would be a good background, but none of that's really, much of it's not going to show, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and tear it up and do my normal kind of collaging process here. And I don't mind if it's upside down. It's interesting. Again, I'm just going to scrape that out. And then I've got this envelope, which is like one of my all-time favorites from Sean's shop these days, from her collage packs. I use it over and over and over again. I just cannot get enough of it. So we're just going to put that one right up to the edge here. And we're going to be okay with it. Kind of a weird collaging here, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. Much of it's going to be covered over. Probably just hints of things showing. So I'm gonna scrape that out so that I have a nice, good, even adhesion there. So messy though. goodness. Okay. So I'm going to pause the camera and dry this really quick, and I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, sorry, I thought I had the camera on when I did this first layer, and I didn't, and now it's getting pretty dry. But basically what I did is I came in with the Moody Blue and some gesso, and I mixed those up, and I used my brayer along the surface. But now it's pretty dry, and I want to do some reverse stenciling. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of the paint that's on here and just brayer this again. Sorry about that. I think I had it in reverse. I was turning it off when I thought I was turning it on, and oh, yikes. So now I'm going to go in with my stencil and do some reverse stenciling. So I'm going to use this pattern up here. Oh, I like that. So far, so good. And then I'm going to go just down in this little corner here, catch the last little bit. And that is lovely. So check it out, guys. I did have some of my paper lift here, so I'm going to put a little bit of matte medium on there and see if I can protect that a little bit. So there we go. So that is the reverse stenciling. So that's really beautiful. So now I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera for real, and I'm going to dry this, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is dry. So now I'm just kind of evaluating whether or not how I want to apply some contrasting color. I think what I want to do is go in with the number stencil and use the spiced pumpkin paint here. So I think I'm going to do that. Grab a sponge here. And let's see what we want here. Actually, I think I want to do another layer of color and then do the reverse stenciling again. So I'm gonna water this paint down a little bit, this spiced pumpkin, and feeling a little indecisive. It's my first day back creating after being sick, so I'm not feeling 100% yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go over this whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to get the numbers jumbo stencil out, and I'm going to do me some reverse stenciling. So I don't know how much of this is going to show behind my final design, but I just feel like this is really going to be beautiful. So I'm going to just do it, and what shows, shows, and what doesn't, doesn't. Oh, check that out. That's awesome. I don't know why I never think to do this reverse stenciling. It is an amazing technique. Wowza. I absolutely adore that. Wow. I'm going to dry this and contemplate the next step. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so in my normal processing, I would say I need to do more and more and more and more and more, but I'm feeling like this is enough. Look at this beautiful design and this texture where you can see the numbers from the reverse stenciling, and it's gorgeous. So the only thing I am going to do is I'm going to do a raw umber wash just to create a little bit of a grunge to this, but it's not going to darken it too much because I'm going to be able to control that. So I'm going to get some raw umber out here on my palette. I apologize you can't see that. And I'm going to get my, whoops, I'm going to get my brush clean here. And I'm going to do a quick wash here. And then the only other thing I'm going to do before I put my main image on is put a little bit of that blue around the edges because I really like that color. It's kind of a slate blue and I think it's just really beautiful. So I think this needs to be wetter. Probably even wetter than this, but I normally do glazes. I don't normally do a wash, so I'm doing this just hopefully, I'm hoping that I won't lose all that blue though. So cross your fingers. Cross your fingers with me. Oh yeah. It's a little bit lost, but not horrible. I think there's a lot of brown on here. I just need to wipe it back more. And the reason why I love this is because look how it's setting into that texture. It's just absolutely, I couldn't have planned that better. Got a little loose paper there. So yeah, that's a definite win. I'm happy with that. So I am going to go around the whole piece just with a little bit of the blue on my finger. I really like that color and I want to bring it back. It's getting a little muddy because my my raw umber wash is still wet. But maybe if I just do this. Come up here. Yeah. This might be the fastest video I ever created. I've been thinking a lot about less is more, and with my art I just want to keep going, and I end up sometimes taking it too far and then I'm not happy with it and then I'm discouraged and it's like, oh man, why did I do that again? So I'm working on it. And then I think what I'm going to do, no, this is all I'm going to do. This is all I'm going to do. So I'm going to dry this really quick and then we're going to come in with this fall stencil and then we're going to be done. So I'll be right back. Okay, friends, this is dry. Just want to show you another close-up. I almost want to do another raw umber wash just to get some of that brown in here, but I feel like I'm not supposed to do that. So we're going to go in with, let me get some of this stuff out of the way. I've got a mess beside me. With my black archival ink. And let me find my sponge that's dedicated to the black ink. And I'm going to use this stencil. And I am calling this project Falling for Fall because there are very few things on here that I don't like. I just need to change my brain and change the way that I think about fall and what I think it means and represents. And so this this project is going to be good for that. So it looks like I do have a letter that's kind of hung up here that I don't want to go on until I get that poked out. So give me just a second here. Let me see if I can find something sharp to poke that out. Not sure. what's supposed to be there and what's not supposed to be there. So let's see here. Oh goodness. I wish these cut better. It's kind of hard to tell what is supposed to be there. Darn it. You know what? I'm just going to leave it, and then I can fill that in with a pen later. So this is all she wrote. I am going to mask off this because the last project I did, I actually got that on my piece and I didn't want it. So let me get a piece of paper and a piece of tape and mask that off really quick. I was not happy with that surprise, so I'm gonna get rid of it now. And not that I don't love Sean Petit, but I don't really want that at the top of my project. So now I'm just gonna place this as best I can evenly on the across the whole piece. I have to come up higher on this end because the you know, I can almost see that. I'm going to try it again, guys. I can almost see what it's supposed to look like. Did I get it? I think I got it. Good. Okay. So there we go. That should be good. And there we go. So I've got my black archival ink from Ranger and my makeup sponge. Okay, I'm just going to look at everything and make sure I've got a nice good coverage. I'm going to pull this baby off and see what we got. Ooh, look at that. That is gorgeous. What do we got going on? That's that little piece of paper that was sticking out. Darn. Okay, so I'm going to get my pen and I'm going to fill in all those lines. They're pretty narrow, so I'm going to go with this my small Pitt pen. This is a permanent pen. Actually, I'm going to go with the medium. And I'm going to pull my stencil back over here just so I can see what should happen here. There we go. It is done. I think it's fantastic. I am going to just use my General Soft, or my Soho Soft Pastel, and go around the edges, and then we'll be done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll hop on over to the blog at B.Rebornart.com and check out Sunday's Art of Truth, Falling for Fall. It's the inspirational writing that goes along with this piece. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.